Hi, guys. Welcome back. Today I have Derek Reynolds. Derek is from Maryland. He's a real estate investor on a team and he's a Subto community member. Thanks for coming on the show, Derek.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, you had your first deal close yesterday.
I did, and
Tell
it
us
was
about it. Was it a single family home or?
yep. So it was a single family. It was just outside of Atlanta. And when I originally got it under contract and everything, and I at that point I ended up partnering up with Nick Baja from Sub Two, and we were looking at it and comping it and everything, and we thought the comps were really good, and I got it at a really good price. Well, come to find out. Um, it was a little bit far outside of Atlanta. It was like probably 35, 40 miles from the airport. Um, so
Ooh.
not a lot of people wanted to touch it. And so we had a little trouble there for a while trying to find a buyer. I eventually just went into my privy and started finding other flips, or places that looked like maybe they'd been flipped recently in that area. Started calling realtors and anybody I could get a hold of. And I ended up finding a couple realtors, and we got the last 2 weeks, we got like three different investors in that area to come in and look at it. And one of them picked it up. So we were able to close on it yesterday. Nothing about it was easy, but we finally got it done. So
That's usually how the first one goes.
yeah, I was hoping it was going to be a lot easier.
It will. It'll get easier.
I learned a lot though. So
Yeah.
I think definitely a school of hard knocks there. So I definitely approach things a little bit differently on the next ones, and know what to look out for, and what to anticipate better. So it's good.
Yeah. So was it a property that needed a renovation, like you were trying to find a contractor to sell it to fix and flip it, or was it already renovated?
Yeah, no, it needed renovation. I mean, it hadn't been updated in 20, 25 years. So, but it was in pretty good shape still. It was just an older lady that lived there. It was funny. Is her boyfriend? He lived up the road probably about 30 minutes or so. And she was going to be moving in with him. They were both older couple, and so he was trying to help her. He actually reached out to me first through one of my Facebook ads, and then we got on the phone and started talking, and it was kind of cool because him and I really hit it off. Really built some good rapport and everything, and so I was kind of sweating as we're going through this. We didn't have it under contract, and all these people were like, "No, we don't want to mess with it." Because I felt really bad because I really wanted to help these people. Because she wanted to sell it, to move in with him, and I was like, man, I can't leave these guys hanging. So I just jumped in there and made it happen. Found somebody that would buy it. So um,
Okay, so she reached out to you. You had a Facebook ad. Was it like a general kind of ad? Just for those
yeah,
who are watching,
yeah,
so
pretty
they
much.
can get some ticks
Yes,
trips.
I've been running some Facebook ads that just a general. They sell your house for cash, and
Okay.
it's been working pretty good, bringing in some leads. I do work a W-2 and everything, and got some young kids, so I'm always busy. So that allows me to kind of get home in the evenings, and if I have some leads and stuff, I just sit down and make some calls for a little while and um, see what comes of it. I do have probably, I don't know, probably about 10 to 12 other ones kind of in the queue right now that we're working. Um,
Nice.
like I told you earlier, we were getting one under contract yesterday, but again, an older gentleman, and all he had was his cell phone, and he couldn't open the DocuSign. So we're working through that. Hopefully, we can get that done today. And then there's a couple other ones that look pretty good. But it's just about following up, I think, for a lot of them after that.
Yeah.
Um, And
And you
then,
have them in the pipeline. Like you don't wait till one closes. You got, you
yeah,
know, they're all at different stages in the
yep,
process.
getting new ones every day. I've called on a few uh, form submission leads a little bit ago, and so I got a guy going to call me back this evening, and yeah, it's just as I got going in it, it seems like the momentum is just building. I did mess around with my ads a little bit and did some tightening up on like where I was targeting areas, and then things kind of fell off. So I kind of opened it back up a little bit. I paid for some counsel on how to do some Facebook ads and dial it in. So
Okay, so they're like actually like paid Facebook ads, not like you didn't like advertise in a group or anything like that.
now just paid Facebook ads. I've
Gotcha.
started messing around a little bit, trying to just go into groups and put some stuff, but I just don't have a lot of time, to do all that.
Yeah.
And then when I start getting a couple of these leads coming in, I'm working those, and so you get less time. Um, and then I decided it'd be a great idea with all my spare time that I would start jumping in and trying to do a little bit of land,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
flipping and stuff too. So I just actually this week just launched a paid like cold caller campaign and stuff for that. But I already had like 5 leads come in just within the last 24 hours on that.
You mean with VAs? And when you say cold
So it's a
caller?
company, I guess I can say, who lead mining pros. So
Oh.
you just pay them for different packages, and they do so many calls. They're doing text messages, and um, you know, and then they send me all the info. So I've got about 5 of them I put in my CRM earlier today, that I will be. They wanted me to reach out next week, so I got to do a little research here over the weekend on those properties and see what I could come up with for offers, and maybe get something rolling in here too.
Nice.
You just got to keep taking action. That's the one
Yeah,
thing.
I think I had, one of their, advertisers or whatever you wanna call them, reach out to me about, I've seen a couple ads. I've had them reach out to me through email and phone me and text me saying that they do that, and I kind of assumed that they were VAs. I didn't know they were actual, like, you know, just a company that does all the reaching out, like the calling, the texting, and all that stuff.
Yep.
Do they work in your CRM, or you just give them a list of people to call? Like, how's that work?
Actually, you can pay them to pull the list too, but you give them the criteria and like where you want to do it, the county and state and all that, and they pull the list for you and um, just go to work. So I've got that kind of broken up though, so it's going to be over a 4-week period, that they'll go through the numbers that are associated with the package I purchased, and
Mhm.
over 4 weeks, and they'll finish that campaign. Um,
Okay.
I've also
Do they
next.
have the lead generation
What's that?
software? They have the lead generation software, or do you provide that?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Something tree that they use to get their data.
Mm.
I have another software that I guess pulls the data from that, but they go directly to that software and use it. Um, but the leads, I pulled some other lists from my software as well, and I actually got a letter direct mail campaign that's going to kick off next Friday. Going to send out 875 letters, for land deals
Nice.
in a different county and stuff. And so, I don't know. I'm just going to keep putting some stuff out there and taking action. I think the deals will keep
Yeah.
rolling in. I'll probably have to hire some help here soon, though. Tell me,
Yeah, get some
keep
more
track
team
of it.
members. So right now it's just you right
Yep.
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I partnered on the house side. I partnered with Nick Baja. So what I'm doing now is when I get leads in, and I call the sellers and everything and get all the upfront info and what's going on. And then I throw it into our Slack and tag him on it. And I'm like, hey, go to work. Cause this dude, Nick, is such an awesome closer. So, I don't know, other people out there watching or something might need some help. Reach out to Nick, see if he's got some available bandwidth or not. But the guy's good.
Okay, so he'll just like go in and close the deals for you, and then you give him like
he gets it under contract. So he has a support, team and everything that he's got built already, set up with VAs and TCs and stuff. So a lot of time I'll see he's on the phone with them right now, and he's like reaching out to the VA, hey, put the contract together and send it to this, and he'll stay on the phone with them while they get it signed, which is what they were trying to do last night, and the guy just couldn't open this document.
Right. I've had that happen, especially when they're older. They don't use technology. They never really have for most of their lives. So it's a little more difficult.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way I could do all this without a team in place like that, to help me take care of a lot of that stuff. So there's just no way working the full-time job and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found out today I'm going to be coaching my son's little league team. So,
aw, that's awesome. I'm an empty nester, but my son played baseball when he was little. Yeah. So, okay. So let's, when did you join Subto? How did you find Subto and when did you join?
Okay. So kind of last year, like in March or so, I decided, and I want to start looking into real estate, it was always something that kind of interested me, but I was like, I just don't know how you get into it, without having a bunch of money,
Right.
And I have a good job, pays pretty well and everything, but it's still, to get into real estate costs a lot of money, right?
That's what everybody thinks.
Yeah, that's what you thought. And then I started looking, and then I came across the program, and I won't mention the name, but I ended up signing up for, it's probably a few $1,000. And I was sitting there watching the videos, and I'm like, okay, I got a lot of questions still, and who do I ask? Oh, well, hey, join our mentorship for $25,000, and you'll have direct access once a week. And I'm like, this is insane. I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So I just started, going on YouTube and searching more, and then I don't know, I came across I think I actually came across Jamil Damji's stuff first, and then I saw some Pace's videos, kind of in that whole mix, and I started watching Pace's stuff, and I was like, holy cow, I think I've just learned more watching his free YouTube video stuff than I did for anything that I paid that other guy for. And so after, I don't know, it was probably a month and a half or so, I was like, man, I'm just going to join this and see what it's about. So I did. And it's just been incredible. The access to the information and the community, now that I didn't really take advantage of the community at first, because I just didn't know. I was sitting there trying to learn, I was jumping on a lot of Zooms and stuff when I had time, and watching all the stuff in the vault. So I was actively learning, and trying to figure it out, and trying to figure out, okay, how can I do this? And it probably wasn't until around November or so here recently that I was like, man, I got to get engaged now. I've got the knowledge base. I said, I got to start reaching out to people. And so like in the family night Zooms, I started putting in links on the side, hey, give me a call on my ride home, because it's like 45 minutes to.
That's how we connected.
Right. That's how we started talking. And so I've talked to a lot of people that way, and it's really talked to some great people in the community. And some, we're still talking today, and people bounce stuff off of me, and I'll reach out to them. And then I've, used the same technique, reaching out, trying to build like a PML list and things like that. But what I've found is the more people I talk to, it seems like the momentum just continues to pick up. And if I have a problem now, I've got a much larger base of people that I can reach out to and say, hey, can you help me with this? And, some other people like, I've been able to send deals to, and hey, can you take a look at this? It might be a deal. I'm just not sure how we could structure it. And so things like that has just been super helpful, so for all those questions now that are in my mind, there's people to reach out to and talk to about it.
Yes,
It's worth the
everybody's so
price of
involved.
admission.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm just floored by how involved Pace is, because there's just so many people in the community, just the sheer number. I mean, it's like, what, 13,000 or something like that
Yeah.
right now, and I'm like, he's like, "Message me, I wanna talk to you guys," and I'm like, oh, I'm thinking, "How is he gonna be talking to, like, 13,000 or, like, even 1,000?" That's a lot, you know what I mean?
I'm sure. I'm
But he
sure it
does.
gets crazy for him for sure. He's
Yeah,
always on the run, so he's a high
yeah.
energy guy. He's
He
got
really is,
he's got a
and
vision, and it's coming together. That's for sure.
yeah, and he's authentic. I mean, he truly cares. He truly wants to be involved with us. He keeps telling us how it's not his community, it's our community, and yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah, and he's right. One of the things he's always been harping on since I joined was, you know, just talk to people, get out in the community and make friends and join teams and stuff. And um, yeah, man, once I've done all that, it's like I said, it's started to come together, and it's just going to
Yes.
get better. So
Yeah.
I will use the full power of the community, to my advantage from here on out for sure.
And it's for life.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. The other
Right.
one was like, I don't know, 90 days or something, and you get to keep your crappy videos.
Right. It's like as much as we get in the sub 2 community, it just blows me away how young the community is.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not even like 4 years old yet.
or right.
It's just a little, not even barely a toddler. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? When you think
it
about it,
is, yeah. And
and
that's
just
what I
how
keep telling
awesome.
people, and it's only just gonna get better and better and more things added. It's just awesome.
Yeah, he keeps adding more stuff and this and that, and finally, I got to the point though where I was like, okay, dude, you got to focus. All right, the shiny objects just don't even
Yeah,
look
you
anymore.
can't throw people that have ADHD, you can't throw a bunch of stuff at them because 'cause they'll try to do it all at once.
Yeah, but at
I
first,
have to
it was
make
good.
myself do one thing at a time.
Yeah. At first it was good, right? Because it came in knowing nothing about it, nothing about real estate, not
Mhm.
knowing what to do, where to do it, so it was kind of good for me anyway, all over the place, kind of looking at this and that. But yeah, I think it was probably around September, October where I was like, okay, we got to focus in here and, figure out exactly what
Yeah.
you're going to do and how you're going to do it for now. And
Plus you
um,
had work and your
yep,
family. How many kids do you have?
I've got two, so 7 and 9.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, a couple of
I miss
knuckleheads.
those ages.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
They are fun.
They're a pain
Every
too.
like, I know a lot of my friends are like, love the baby phase, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't really like the baby phase. You don't get any sleep, they don't really do anything." And then when they start getting little personalities and they're little people, that's when I really had a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
love
yeah, they're always mouthing off, and yeah, I don't even think it's appropriate for me to say some of the stuff that they run around here doing now. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
crazy. So
I love I the thing about parenting, and I try to tell my kids this because I'm an empty nester, and like I don't have any grandkids yet, and I totally should. They're all 26 and older, but I tell them, I'm like, look, I feel like parents get just as much, if not more, out of raising children. It's like bringing everything full circle. Like you get to see yourself from a third person point of view or aspects of yourself and your children. And it just kind of brings everything like life and it helps you reflect on your parents. And it just kind of brings everything full circle. I feel like we learn just as much by raising kids
oh
as
yeah,
the kids learn growing up.
yeah, it changes you. I mean, you kind of have to change with it. Um,
Yeah.
Definitely couldn't be the same as I was when I was like 25. So, but I waited till I was 39 or something to have kids. So
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
pushed it off as long as I could.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So, well, what are your passions and areas of focus in real estate and sub two? You just doing
I would,
wholesaling right now,
yeah,
or
I would say I don't really have any passions or anything yet. Um, it all interests me. I've messed around a little bit, looking at a lot of multifamily type stuff, and the RV parks and that kind of stuff is interesting to me because we like to go camping and have RV and all that stuff. So that'd be kind of
yeah?
cool
So
to
now you can
own them
buy.
and just go, hey, I'm coming to my campground for the weekend or whatever. But um,
Yeah, so I mean, now you can get RVs, cars, both on Creative Finance, RV parks, mobile home parks, a multifamily. He's done business buying. Here's my passion right here, the
yeah,
project forward. It kind of fell off the map there because we were doing too much, but
right.
there's a handful of us that just kept running with it because we just loved it so much. So, and I'm one of them. So,
Yeah, no, I love the idea of it. Again, just there's not enough time in my day for it. It's either
yeah.
do this and try to make some money doing this, or I don't know, do podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, it might be something you wanna pick up down the road once you
Sure.
don't need the W-2 anymore. You never know. Once I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard, a couple of the OGs, one in specifically I call them OGs, original gangsters of YouTube, like the ones on YouTube. Sub 2. What is wrong with you today? Sub 2. Some of the OGs of Sub 2 tell me that most of their lead generation comes from an online presence. That's where, like, I mean, like even you got your first deal off of a Facebook ad. And
Yep.
it's not like an online presence, but it's social media.
No, I've reached out to a lot of the members in Sub 2 just from seeing them on Zooms and things like that. So, um,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, you kind of inadvertently, build rapport with people when you're doing that type of stuff, when they're out there and they see you, and, just like today, I mean, people feel free to reach out to me, and, let's just talk some real estate.
Absolutely.
If we can team up somehow and help each other, that's cool too. So,
Yeah. So right now you're just basically focusing on single family homes. That's what you're looking for right now?
yes, just doing some wholesaling and stuff. My long term goal is to collect buy and holds, and build a portfolio, to try to build that long term wealth. Um, so wholesaling, is I'll just build up some funds and maybe use that to put in some deals, um, where you can't come up with very creative deals and stuff, but still might be a good property. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, just to keep moving in that direction to build a portfolio, I think is where I'm trying to go, and hopefully I'll come across some good deals that I could pick up like this Sub 2, and or owner finance and stuff, and keep for myself.
Yeah, so you'll think about the exit strategy, I guess, once you get to that point, what
Yeah,
exit
yeah.
strategy look like.
When they come in, I'm even the properties now, I'm looking at them like, would this be a good one to keep or not? And a lot of them aren't. They're fix and flips and stuff, and
Mhm.
I certainly don't have the time to try to get into fix and flipping. So if that's the case of the property, then yeah, it's got to be wholesaled. So
Yeah, it's a complicated process, and, it's not a good idea, I've heard, to start unless the market's in a really good spot. You gotta really know, as far as like, you'll have more holding costs and, other things that come up. And I mean, what, a few years ago, you could just put lipstick on a pig and stick it on the market and it'd like sell over asking
yeah,
in days.
not
I
so
don't think
much
we'll
right
ever
now.
see
You got to
that
be
anymore.
more careful, I think. So
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Do you have any advice for someone just starting out in sub two?
I would say, don't wait as long as I did to start utilizing the power of the community. Start reaching out to people and just having conversations, and of course, jump on as many Zooms as you can, ask questions, watch everything in the Zoom vault. I've watched a ton of that stuff when I'm just driving to work and stuff in the mornings. And so, but yeah, I don't think you can, the best thing to do is to try to join a team or, get out there, just be active, engaged in the community and talking to the other members. And I think things will just start falling in place and taking off as long as you continue to move forward and take action. Once I got over my fear of, just even picking up the phone and talking to people, I was terrified at first. It really was. And so I did a little bit of cold calling, for, using somebody else's dialer and stuff. And it I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. And then, I remember my first few calls where I'm just like calling, a couple of them early leads, from my phone, kind of shaking and all that. And didn't know quite what to say, but it gets easier and easier. And now I'm just like, oh, there's their number, hey, what do you got going on? Let's talk about this, just have a conversation. You're not trying to sell them anything, you're trying to buy something from them. So have a conversation and figure out why they want to get rid of it and, how you can help them do that.
Right. Yeah. You're calling to help them. Yeah. It gets easier when you have the right mindset or motive or whatever you want to call it in your head when you reach out to them, for sure.
Yep.
I've heard people get cussed out. I've been cussed out a few times. The triple dial thing always gets you.
I can't say I've had a bad one yet. Not like that, but
I have. You don't know me like that. I was like, okay, easy. I learned that from my father-in-law. easy to the kids.
Settle
Calms
down.
them right down.
I'm trying to give you money.
Right. I'm trying to help you. I understand your stress. Right? Okay. So, are you a visionary or an integrator? Did you take the test?
Which test?
Oh, see, a lot of people don't know this. I'm finding this out on my podcast that a lot of people didn't even know about the test. So there's it's from the book Rocket Fuel. There's like a 20 question test. It's just 20 questions. I can put the link in the description for anybody else who's interested. And when you're finished taking the test, it'll give you a score. Everybody has some aspects of both. But you're usually going to fall on one side or the other of, whatever number is higher is what you're more dominant in. Not yesterday, but the day before, that podcast guest, she said she got the same number, like equal. I was like, what? How's that happen?
Yeah, I would say I'm definitely more visionary. The integration stuff, the systems and everything. Been trying to set up my CRM. Just started using FreedomSoft a few weeks ago. That kind of integrates well with my land stuff. So it's hard for me to get motivated to want to do it. I can sit there and figure it out. And just like the ads on Facebook and everything, I'd sit down and I just had to make myself do it. I don't really like doing it though. I'd rather all these great visions and pictures of where I need to be, in my head, and how things need to come together. So I'll probably end up looking for an integrator to work with here at some point, to kind of take care of that stuff for me.
Are you going to, I know you have a family and everything, but are you going to Squad Up Summit?
No, not going to be able to make
that's
that.
Exactly what that's for. It's exactly for.
No, that's the middle of March. That's not a good time for us. Baseball starting and everything, so.
I can totally understand.
Yeah, I'd love to though. Maybe I can work it in next year.
Well, I will share some of the people that I come in contact with, and stay tuned on the channel because I plan on putting some video clips together from the event itself. And, maybe I can share some contacts with you when I get back.
Sure.
All right. So, tell me more about how you work and what you're looking for in your business. Like right
Um,
now, or what would be what's the missing piece that would get you to the next step up on the ladder of success?
I mean, I think at this point, it's probably the next step. I'll need like get a VA to start helping me with stuff. Like I just
Mhm.
putting in some of those leads in the CRM and stuff. It took me, I don't know, probably spent a good hour on that. Um,
Okay, like a
just
data
that type of
entry
stuff.
kind of
Yeah,
office assistant person?
get them start doing, pulling lists and things for me and getting them set up the way they need to be for mail campaigns, things like that. You know, maybe rotating some of the Facebook ads and stuff. Yeah, there's probably quite a bit. That's the stuff I spend a lot of time on the side that I probably don't need to, but I probably need to get a couple of deals
Mhm.
under my belt, just to make sure, you know, I'm trying to do it all without taking a lot of money out of my pocket, so
Mhm.
trying to make the business run the business.
Gotcha. So, from what I understand, it's best to do the things that you enjoy doing and then, like, do what you do best and delegate the rest, is how the saying goes, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So, like,
that's
if
the
you
ideal situation.
yeah, if you like doing the Facebook ads, stick with that part of it and have somebody else do, like, the data entry, for example, stuff like that,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to tell me about those Facebook ads. I would love to learn about that.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
Actually, I walked another Subto friend through it about 2 weeks ago. So got her set up and running.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So if people want to get a hold of you, we have 3 platforms. YouTube. Do you have a podcast?
I do not. I
Oh,
kind of
okay.
I set everything up with that whole project forward thing, because that was
Uh-huh.
early on in my shiny object syndrome, and so yeah, I kind of got it all set up and everything, but never did anything with it.
Well, I'll
Um,
trade you. I'll bring you value if you bring me value. So, like, you can show me how to do the Facebook ads. I can show you how to set up the, podcast or whatever and the streaming software and so on and so forth.
this sounds like a deal.
All right.
All right,
Love
we'll do
it.
it.
Yay.
Facebook is probably the best way to reach me.
Okay.
So
Like,
just shoot
like
me a
shoot you a
message.
message on Facebook Messenger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Instagram, I started an Instagram profile back when I became a realtor in 2018, but, like, I never really used it. So, I am just now I always felt like it was for younger people. I felt like a weirdo, like,
Still
I'm a
feel
Gen
that way.
Xer. I felt like a creepy older person hanging out in the young kids area.
Yeah, I don't understand it yet either. I'm like, what? You just post videos or something here? I'm like,
Yeah,
this
it's so
doesn't make sense.
different.
Yeah.
It's so just the algorithms and stuff, I'm, like, just figuring
Well,
it
when you
all
figure that out, you can help me with that too. How about
out.
that?
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna give you good information though, so you
Well,
might
it's
wanna
probably
check.
better than what I have.
Mhm. All right. Derek, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thanks for having me, Sean. I appreciate it. It's been awesome.
You're
Um,
welcome. And when you do get to the point that you wanna have a podcast or something like that, just let me know. I'd be happy to be one of your guests.
Absolutely. Well, you're going to help me set it up. You'll be my first guest then. How about that?
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by and get a hold of Derek and do some deals with him. And we will see you next time. Bye,
That's right.
guys.